Welcome in, everybody. It's another Saturday here. It's July 16th. It's Tony. It's Adam, Win Daily Sports. You know, at Win Daily Sports on all social formats. This is the 5 and 5, where we give you the 5 picks in the fastest 5 minutes of MLB DFS. And we're going to go to 11-game slate. Starts at 2:10. And Adam, before I even get into the ace, man, and I know he's out there. I don't know if he's going to be your ace, but Justin Verlander, 39 years old. I mean, this guy just seems like he doesn't age, does he?
He's awesome. Every time we talk, he's on our slate. Maybe I'm going to have to play him in cash because I'm assuming his ownership's going to be pretty high, and that's fine. I'm not touching him outside of cash. It's so tough to pay off $1,100. All you have to do is look at last night. He had big scores from ace-level pitching for $2,000 less. Justin Verlander at 11-1 probably has to score at least 35 DK points for it to be like, yes, this was totally worth it. And I'm just not about that life, man.
That's tough. And big money like that, you better make sure that you hit not only was he hitting, but everybody else is hitting as well. So speaking of that, who's going to be aces that we're going to put right up top?
It's Logan Gilbert and Taijuan Walker. Cubs got rained out yesterday, so Taijuan Walker's on the hill today. Look at what this guy's been doing. With 5 of his last 6, over 18 DK, 7, 9, 10 strikeouts, better against the right side of the plate, fits his strengths pretty well. For the Gilbert side, he's much better to lefties, and Texas is way worse against righty pitching. Probably going to see 6 lefties. He's got the WOBA under 250. The K rate goes up 29%, and I'm saving $1,400. I'm definitely looking at these two ahead of Verlander and Fried when I'm building today.
This is where we talk about those pivots, right? I mean, you look at Taijuan Walker, and you're talking $2,100 in savings. You look at Gilbert, right, and you're talking $1,500, $1,600 in savings. So that's a lot of money. You're going to start one or two of those guys. Maybe you start both of them. I don't know, but what about a value guy, Adam? What about a pump pitchers, 1B? We talk about that all the time. Anybody under those values that got your eye on?
Yeah, there's actually 2, and we don't really have a track record with these guys. Max Castillo from Toronto Blue Jays. Young kid, only has 15 innings under his belt so far, but everything looks good for him. Like, xFIP is in line with 71 xFIP and a 2.30 ERA. He's getting a big ground ball rate, and you have the Royals, who are still missing majority of their offense. They were held to 1 run last night by Manoah. He's only 7,100. And I think there's enough of a name he's going to get some steam through the day. It's Max Meyer for the Marlins. This is a much-anticipated debut. This kid has ripped through AAA. He's had 9 starts in AAA where he wasn't affected by like a minor injury. 45 innings pitched, a $1.60 ERA, 53 strikeouts with just 1 home run allowed. I'll take that for $5K. Thank you very much.
Hate to say it because I am a Philly guy. You guys know that, but Philadelphia strikes out a lot.
I mean, you had Alcantara, so that's a tough ask for anybody. But, the past couple weeks, man, this offense has really kind of dipped below the league average. And the carries over 24%. Listen, it's a rookie. You never know what you're going to get in that debut. But, man, everybody seems to love this kid as, legit frontline starting pitching prospect. There's no reason for me to buck that trend. And, like I said, $5K. You don't need him to come out and throw an ace-level game here. It's not like he's 9,500.
5,000, man. If I can get 5 innings and 5 strikeouts. Goal. Listen, Dontrell Willis, when he came up, too, we know about those Miami pitchers. They come up, Josh Beckett, you name it, these guys come up, and it's like, wow, they just electrify, and I don't think today's going to be any different. Now, what are the stacks that we're looking at today?
Competitive, but it's not my fault that Atlanta's played Washington 2 of the last 3 series. They get Paulo Espino today. They just completely leveled him the last time. Yeah, they're crazy expensive. Why do you think I'm paying $5,000 for a pitcher here? To fit these Atlanta bats, man. They get that national bullpen. They hung 8 last night. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Make sure you're using Michael Harris, Marcell Ozuna. They're a little bit cheaper. Differentiates you in the stack. So you're play the Acuñas, the Rileys, these guys that everybody's playing. Make sure you're different somewhere within the stack.
Make sure you're different. That is the absolute key, is make sure you're different. And I'm telling you, man, I did this the other night, and I'm going to ask you who, maybe a sneaky stack you have. For me, again, I continue to ride the Cleveland Indian bandwagon. Or I'm sorry, Cleveland Guardians. Don't want to offend anybody. Okay. But these guys have tremendous value to me in these lineups. And it gets Pineda today, who gives up a lot of hits, and that's what we want. You can get guys that are under 5,000, like a Josh Naylor, like a Franwell Reyes, who I know he hasn't been great, but he's at 3,100. He's a guy that could possibly be a $5,000 player if he's up to standards, right? So a lot of really good value in this lineup. Now, what about you?
I don't think they're going to be sneaky. They weren't super chalk last night, and the Pirates kind of disappointed. They scored 2 runs. I'm going right back to the well, man. They're still super cheap. They're still very easy to fit. And, okay, Herman Marquez, you can understand he throws good games. Jose Urena is not. And to the left side of the plate, 447 WOBA, a 368 average. His home run per 9 is 2.16. The K rate is 6.8. His FIP is over 7.6. All he's going to see is lefty bats. A lot of the same guys we liked last night. My man Dan Vogelbach sitting here at 3,200. That's my FEVP. 3,200 first baseman who has a 281 ISO against righty pitching, and this guy can't get lefties out. I'm going right back to the well on the Buccos lefties from last night.
Any kind of value we have left. You mentioned FFVP, whether it be a value pitcher or a value bat, anything that's in your repertoire before we get out of here.
It's going to be heavier on the Pirates, and I'm going to have a lot of Max Meyer. Mix that in with Castillo because he's barely 7K. There's a lot of ways to save some money on this slate.
Save some money, get different, and as always, remain profitable.